Aquarius. This is a love reading, a prediction for the month of May with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And I'm reading in the order of the sign that show the channel most appreciation in the April love readings by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members, donating, and watching the ads. So thank you, Aquarius, for all the love and all that you do for me. And if you want to help out the channel without watching ads, you can become an extended member to the channel and get these readings ahead of time and ads free. And I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out to the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. And this will be a love reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. I usually read for the empath side of the story within this dynamic, but also remember that the other person holds up a mirror of your shadow. So use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. I can also recommend that you watch the previous love reading for April because that's the energy right now, and this will be the prediction for May. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. Okay. So when I open your deck here, I see Knight of Pentacles together with the Devil in the reversed. So this is someone that hesitates to get back into the game because it was a destructive one. They might still feel a lot of attraction towards the situation, or they have dreams about the situation or hopes for the situation. But they know it's bad for them and they don't know how to change their mind about this. We can also notice they are sitting on a black horse, which has correlation to the shadow. The devil is also representative of a person's shadow. So they don't know themselves why they are drawn towards this destructive situation. Destructive. It can be people are too passionate in love with each other, like they're triggering each other like babies, and the relationship is all over the place. Okay, it's just an example. I call the divine with love and light. So we have both love and light here, but a little bit more shadow on this side. So the love is pure, like the feeling of love that we have towards the person is pure. It's just that we are shackled by our own unexplored shadow. So the things with us that we have refused to look on, it might, for example, be there's a lot of pain hidden. So when we don't put light on the pain starts to rule our lives from our subconscious. So we take subconscious decision that's sometimes not always that clever out of the shunted away part of ourselves that we refuse to acknowledge. And that's how they come to rule our life when we ignore them. So we should love ourselves and also our shadow so it can come into the light and not act and rule our life from the shadow anymore. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and we also have the 10 of cups here with the devil in the reverse. The devil is also connected to the lover's card. It's 15, 1 plus 5, 6. So I definitely feel this is a strong love that you feel towards someone and someone feels towards you. But there's also an issue of probably both parties not having they haven't worked through their own shadow, their own trauma, their own projections, how we project our pain or fear onto another person. You are like that. I know you. You will do like this towards me. That's your projections talking. And this is making the situation tough, of course. So 6 elements. And here we have the 5 of Pentacles in the reversed together with the Devil. So this is actually kind of good because it shows that the more we can love and appreciate ourselves, instead of thinking I'm such a bad person for having these personality traits, but instead love ourselves. The 5 of Pentacles in the reverse is when we are starting to get a little bit better self-esteem. We don't put ourselves down as much, and so start to love also your imperfections and let the other person be able to love their imperfections as well. We can see that people are very attached to their imperfections. For example, let's say that someone is telling you about a bad personality trait that they have, and they might smile while doing it, and because they really love that side to them, and it has given them a lot of benefits. But when we are not aware of it, we let it act out in difficult ways. Let's say someone is really stubborn, for example, and they tell you, yeah, I'm so darn stubborn, and they have this smile on their face. So, you know, they love to be stubborn, and they should stop hating that part of them. The more you can see it and be aware of it and also love it, and the less you will actually have to use it, because, you know, I can be really stubborn if I want to. So I don't let anyone mess with me. Then I become really stubborn. So we don't have to be stubborn like all the time and in the wrong place, because we know we have this skill. It's not going to go anywhere, and it's a part of us. Okay, so 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether. Magician and 5 of swords, 4 of swords in the reversed. I'm feeling here we are talking about the other person, and they might find a little bit too abusive with this their bad personality trait. Sometimes people even like to be bad or like to hurt other people, like ghosting them or winning over them. Then it's a little bit worse. It doesn't mean that they should hate themselves. It just means they are further down the rabbit hole. They are getting acknowledgement by doing stupid things. They are getting attention by doing stupid things. And it seems like they would want to get attention from a parent. See me, I'm doing a stupid thing. So maybe the only time they got really attention from their parents, or their mother in this case, was when they were doing some shenanigans or something that the mother didn't approve of. Then she suddenly looked up from her business and look what the kid was doing and yelling at the kid. So this person is prone to get negative attention from you, it seems. They want your negative attention because that's the only love that they know. Justice in the reversed, Temperance card in the reverse, Tower in the reverse. So this is really a minor problem. It's a person that is a little bit programmed the wrong way to love the wrong thing. It's a little bit like the smile I told you about. Sometimes it makes us feel a little bit too good to have this destructive behaviors. They are good tools, like whenever we need to use them. Maybe not bad attention seeking, but it's still telling us that I need love, I need attention, so I can give it to myself. I don't need to do bad things, blow up my life like with the Tower, and then get people to notice me. I can actually notice me myself and put good effort into my life and stop with the bad self-destructive behavior, because it's getting me nowhere. Okay, so I'll just tune into you and the person most on your mind and your relationship in May. So this is the new bottom of the deck, and we have the High Priestess in the reversed. So this is someone trying to put themselves in a safe position, keeping secrets, not letting information out. We'll see what that's about. Guessing it has to do with the shadow. And this is the old bottom of the deck, so it's not giving chances, not taking chances. With these 2 cards together, I'm making the assumption that someone is trying to disconnect themselves a little bit from their intuition because they don't trust their own feelings, because their feelings is very closely connected to the shadow and our projections. So we don't know what's our intuition and what is a projection, what is like the devil and what is real attraction. When am I attracted to a situation that's bad for me, and when is my intuition saying that this is the situation you should be in? So we have a little bit like it's an instrument that hasn't been really tuned, so we feel like we can't trust it. So therefore the High Priestess in the reverse, we have a lot of insights, but we don't use them because we don't know where this will lead us. So with the Ace of Coins in the reverse, we don't take chances, we don't act upon our intuition because we don't know what crap that will make us end up in. Okay, so that's understandable. This is what's on your mind, with the person most on your mind. And this is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind with you. Here we have your feelings towards them, the bond between you two, their feelings towards you, and this is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for May, and their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation, and we have a Wheel of Fortune. It basically means karma is repeating itself in your life, another go on the cycle to get another chance to fix whatever it is. So both of your sides is right. Like the intuition is trying to lead you into repeating your karma so that you can learn, because this is your learning curve. You go through this spiral, you learn things, and you go up, 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 up. So it's not like you're just going in circles, digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole. Even if you are repeating certain patterns in your life, it's also how it's supposed to be, because you are supposed to repeat it until you become the expert. So if you still feel like, this is the same crap I always do, I don't want to go there anymore. It's you refusing to go to school, basically. But the refusal is still necessary, because it helps you get a distance and see what it is that you are repeating and take new decisions. So next time you are finding yourself, I'm in this situation again, now I'm repeating it, you have some new tools, because the last time you took a step back, you looked at it. What is it that I'm projecting? What is it that I'm repeating? And you have a chance to stay awake this next time and do better. Use your newfound skills to not do the same mistakes again. For example, if we are overly attached to a certain person, like with the devil, the chains, we might have different rules for this person and for other people in our lives. There's certain rules they need to live up to that we don't ask from the other people, because this person is more important. So they live from our point of view in a different rule set. It might be more important that they are trustworthy, or that you can make, let's say that this person is calling you and telling you that they double booked something, and they are going to have to work on your vacation that you made up. You were supposed to go on vacation. You haven't booked the tickets just yet, but you had looked forward to it. If it would have been, let's say, your sister that had this issue, you would probably be aligned with her and see that, okay, she really needed the money, and you have this person has told you again and again that they are in a tricky place at work, and they are not sure if the boss is going to let them advance on their career or not. So you say, okay, so I will see if I can reschedule my vacation to your new vacation, and we can book the trip then again. And both of you feel great because you were able to solve the issue without anyone getting hurt. But then let's say that this is your friend, and your friend has had like a little bit patterns of not being super trustworthy at all times, and now they do the same. And you don't have the same empathy for this person because they have done this thing a lot of times before. So you get really mad at them, and you might even, cut them out of your life because this was so important for you, the trip. You still love this person, you still enjoy being with them, but you just can't take this, what you could take with this other person. Of course, one is that they have shown not to be trustworthy in the past. But two is also that your reaction is totally different because you feel threatened, you feel hurt, you feel like they are out to get you or they're trying to fool you. So you're more attached to what this other person feel about you than what you are to really your own decision in this situation. Your own decision could still be, okay, so you know that this person is proud to change their plan. It wouldn't be so surprise for you. If you love the person, you know this is a person who often change their plans. This is how they are, and you love them anyway. So you have already made plans for this, and you had room to take vacation at other times. So you come with a suggestion and say, okay, so I kind of knew this would happen because you often change plans. So I have a backup plan for us. Could this be better? And if the person is still impossible, it might be, of course, a situation where there's a lopsided relationship and one wants the relationship more. And then we need to acknowledge that as well. It's not the other person's fault that we want the relationship more. And we might need to skip the plan of going on a vacation and plan it with, let's say, your sister instead, or your partner or whomever. And we need to look at our own attachment, how we are reacting to the situation and how we wants to micromanage the other person's life and they should be like this and they should act like that. But they aren't. You can't control another person. Like it or don't like it. Be with the person, don't be with the person. But calm down, cool down, become more adult, take more adult decisions. So that's how the Wheel of Fortune is educating you, by putting you in the same situation over and over again until you see the pattern and until you see that maybe I am asking more from this person here because I have trust issues. I don't trust them. They are not trustworthy. And so why does that tell me? Either I need to realize that this is not a trustworthy person, so I can't trust them with important things. Or I shouldn't be with them at all, or I need to have less expectations. So this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. And it seems like you have almost made them into some sort of dysfunctional parent, because the Hierophant is an authority. It's the person that has, this is how our society should be. This is the moral laws and rules, and you need to live by them. But it's in the reverse, so... I still think you have too high expectations on this person. You want them to be moral, good, loyal, trustworthy, responsible, all these kind of things. But they might be nothing of this. So I'm coming to the conclusion that you might have had people in your past not being particularly responsible. And therefore you think you take a person that's not particularly responsible and you put them in a position of being very important. That's a little bit of a problem, but that's what most people do. We get certain ways that we attach to people. Let's say that you had parents that were a little bit like whimsical. Sometimes you could trust what they said, sometimes you couldn't. And deep in your soul, you have the feeling of this was unfair. And you need to fix the situation. So you're taking the similar set of people and trying to make it better. So you're taking people that's untrustworthy, making them into your parents in your drama, and then getting disappointed over and over when they don't live up to the expectations. But newsflash is they were never able to, because you chose them because they weren't able to. And this is how you're trying to kind of play car crash over and over to fix the situation that was not comfortable from the beginning. Why it wasn't comfortable from the beginning was because you didn't have control when you were a child. So your parents were in control. And that felt very insecure for you. But newsflash is also that you are now a more adult and you can take control over your own life. So you don't have to put like your life's fortune and happiness in the hands of someone irresponsible. You can still love them, but you don't have to put your whole life into, or your happiness towards this person. Let's say this with the trip again. If I had a person that would want to book a trip with me, and I knew that this person is not to be trusted, I would take it with a pinch of salt, like not take it really seriously. And, I would say, yeah, okay, that sounds amazing. Let me know when you have booked a ticket and when we are on. And then I wouldn't think twice about the situation. If the person would come later on and say, I booked a ticket, I would say, okay, I will see if I have like still an opening in my calendar for those days. I wouldn't attach myself to the outcome of that situation, because that person has proven in the past they are not trustworthy. So I wouldn't make big plans with them, or at least I would keep myself open, because I still love the person, but I wouldn't attach myself to any plan. Like, we'll see. That would be my approach. I wouldn't make them my parent, that now they need to see to that this happens and they need to make me happy on that trip. No, because I know they can't, and they are not my parent. So I think this is something you need to look at a little bit. Your standards, you have, probably you yourself is living up to very high standards, but you're also trying to make people that doesn't have really good standards to live up to your high standards. That's going to make you very disappointed again and again and again and again. So you feel that they are unfair, but it's like you have given them more credit than what they are due for. Like you think that they are smart, but they are not smart. Or you think that they are responsible, but they are not responsible. Or you think that they have it all together, but they have nothing together. So you're putting them in this position of the parent or the authority, when they really shouldn't have that kind of position in your life. And this is their view on you. And they see you as a very self-sufficient person that can take care of themselves. And so they probably don't worry too much about you and like taking care of you. That's probably another thing with you, because you had maybe irresponsible parents in one way or the other. It doesn't mean that they were in general irresponsible. It might be that they were irresponsible at a time when you really needed them to be responsible. And therefore, you have become a very self-sufficient person that can take care of yourself. But when you finally get close to someone, you immediately want them to prove that they are better than these people that couldn't love you properly in the past. And so you're putting too high demands on them. These demands should be on yourself, that you would prove to yourself that you love yourself more than these people in the past, because that will have more success. That's more likely to be happy for you or give you happiness, because then you will have your own back and you will take things at face value. You won't make big illusionary dreams about situations. But you seem to be a person that are able to take care of yourself. The other person looks at you this way, maybe too much. They think that you are taking care of yourself a little bit too much, that you are maybe a little bit hard to approach you or be close to you. But I think you are a little bit careful, because you have these high standards on people and you don't want to get disappointed. You are a complex person, so you have a wide variety of personality traits and skills. And even if your deepest longing is to have someone that you can trust, what you show is that you kind of trust yourself. So that's good, but you also need to emotionally catch up with that. And not be too detached. You need to be able to, let people in on the areas where they could be let in. Let's say that they're a responsible person that you can't book a trip with. They are really nice in, let's say, making dinner plans. That they are really good with creating beautiful dinners. But taking a trip, that's too much. Maybe the person gets easily overwhelmed, for example. So they can't... If they take on too much plans or too big plans, they will fall through because they will get nervous. So you need to see where you can trust the person more and where you can't trust the person so much. and not get closed off on all areas. This is the bond between you two, and we see a Two of Cups in the reverse, so it's mainly mean that it's a lopsided relationship. It might be that one is more childish than the other. It might be this person, and therefore being a little bit more dramatic with their emotion, and you need to carry your own load of emotion. Or it might be that one is doing more for the relationship and the other one is doing less. It can be different things, but it's not an equal relationship. This is your feelings towards this person. And we have the Queen of Wands here. So Queen of Wands, you know that you have it more together than this other person. Still, you put them into this position. So it's really proud to become for you to become disappointed. It's designed so you will become disappointed, and it's unnecessary. So cool down with your anger and frustration, and lower your demands on this person as well. Take them down from the pedestal where you put them, because they shouldn't be in that place anyway. It's somewhere you put them just so you could be disappointed. And this is their feelings towards you. And we have Death in the reversed. Death in the reverse, it probably means that this person have been trying to, or both of you might have been trying to end the relationship. Maybe because you constantly got disappointed with them and you seem to be doing all right on your own. But this person have a hard time moving on, or they also have a hard time transforming themselves, because of course if they could live up to your standard, it will probably be a better person for it, but you can't go from A to Z like just by someone telling you that you should. We need to go through the whole transformation and having the different challenges that changes us, so we become more grown up, more responsible. And one thing would be that you say, well, I can't book a trip with you because you're irresponsible, but I love to go to the movies. That would make the person realize I have a problem. I'm obviously not responsible, so I need to change. But this says that it's hard for this person to change, and that might make them want to move on from you, but it's also hard for them to move on from you. So they can't change and they can't move on. But so it's like this person is stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and it's because you have a little bit too high standards on them. Maybe lower the demands a little bit if you want to be with a person. If you don't want to be with a person, you don't have to do anything. You can just continue being, taking care of yourself, having your own back, and that will be fine. But if you love the person, maybe lower the standards a little bit so they don't have to be hopeless. Like no matter what they do, it's the wrong thing. So you can try that at least. So this is your behaviors and attitudes. And we have the 8 of coins in the reverse. So you really don't want to work together with this person, or, you don't want to do anything. Not go to the movies, not go on a trip, not anything, because they probably have made you disappointed many, many times. It's an 8, so it's the eternity symbol. It's correlating with the 10 here, karma. It means we're doing the same thing over and over and over again until we get it perfect. But now you just don't want to do it over and over and over again, and you have no interest in making it perfect. You don't want to cooperate with this person because you think they are not, they don't have the skills to make the effort that you need them to make. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. And we have the 7 of Wands. So they're trying to protect their own dignity here. They don't want to be like labeled as a worthless person, but they can't ever live up to your standard. So it's like they're hopelessly trying to defend their own honor and feeling inadequate, and probably like I'm feeling a high-pitched sound, and I'm trying to interpret this because it's a feeling, and it's so I'm thinking the person is getting angry with you, but like hysterically angry because you ask something impossible out of them, and it makes them like angry, but also on the brink of breaking down because that means that they are a worthless person and they are not worth loving. So they're trying with the last of their breath to keep some dignity left and to not always be judged by you as having a lot of shortcomings. I can't explain it better. I feel the feeling, but it's hard to put words on it. It's really this with, it would be, for example, a person refusing to speak to you because everything they hear from you is just criticism, criticism, criticism. The criticism is righteous, but they can't live up to your expectations. So that makes them feel hopeless, worthless, you know, not worth living, maybe even. So we have, it's like almost you are crushing this person's spirit. But I'm not saying it's your fault. It's no one's fault. This person is just probably a little bit uneducated when it comes to being in relationships, and they have a big fat shadow. We saw that, but you are attached to their big fat shadow as well. So that's why you wanted to be with this person in the first place, because they had this big fat shadow, and now you're angry with them for having this big fat shadow. So of course it's a little bit unfair, and they didn't ask to have this shadow. It's just like they have been through a lot of trauma. They have a lot of things from the past affecting them. It's like ghosts living in their life. It's not their fault. They were just born here and trying to deal with whatever hand they were dealt, and it's not easy. But it's you are probably a person of higher standards, and you can live up to them. It's easier for you. They would want to live up to these standards, but they can't, because they are fighting so much like old memories, trauma, karma, bullshit might be still going on in their life. They might still be like in a really difficult situation with friends and family and other things that you have been strong enough to take yourself out of. So it's just a little bit unfair. I'm saying you are probably the person that have been wrongly treated in this relationship, but they have been dealt a worse, like a bad hand. And if you were born in their life and walking a mile in their shoes, you would probably be in the same place. So it's nothing to do with the value of your souls. It's just what hand you were dealt. And maybe you have lived more lifetimes, so you have become more skilled, and they are a more new soul that still haven't solved things to the same level as you. So I'm just saying, maybe detach a little bit from what, if the person is doing good or bad, or like half good or half as bad, maybe, you know, care less about it. You can still say your truth, that I don't like that behavior, but you don't have to make it into, so now we can never speak again, or I need to shunt you from the dinner table, or whatever it is, or I will go to my mom's for a month. You might be a little bit more like focus on your own life and what's going on there, and what this person does or doesn't do. Let it play less difference, so that the pressure on this person will lower. Okay, and this is the outcome, and we have the 14 Alchemist in the reversed. So the demon dance that your both of your traumas is working so well together. You are traumatized by people not taking responsibility, and they are traumatized by maybe having a lot of misfortune in their life, or not getting their shit together. So perfect match in hell. And this is 14. We also have the 15 devil. And so it's about being attracted to your other side. So this person also holds a key to your own shadow. And it can be different things. It can be both this with irresponsibility, but it can be that you need to choose people or in your life that's more responsible, so you can relax and work out why you're attracted to irresponsible people. But it might also be that you need to become like less responsible or more responsible in different occasions, because in some occasions you might be overly responsible. In other situations you don't take any responsibility at all. So you might need to look at this inside yourself as well. Okay, so I will look into what this person would tell you if they were able to tell you the truth. I love you more than I want to admit. So that's probably why I feel such a frustration here, because they would want to live up to your expectations so you could love them, but they have rendered it as hopeless. Your standard is too high and you are too hard to please. So that's probably why I feel this high-pitched noise, because they love you so much, but they can't live up to your expectations. I didn't believe you when you said you loved me. I'm scared of you. Yes. I tried. I'm sorry. So it's all in, like in the alley of what I have already told you, that you put too much pressure on this person, so they're scared of you. They didn't believe you when you say you love me. You love them because you love them, but for who they could be, not who they are, but the person that they could be if they were nice. So the other side you don't love at all, and that's why I'm feeling this high pitch here. I tried, I'm sorry, they are giving up. But they love you a great deal, but they just feel I'm too hopeless. This person can never be satisfied with me or anything I do. They will always judge me. And this is you. I love someone else. Inside me, I scream your name. I think you're trying to put yourself first here, and I think that's a good thing. Inside me, I scream your name. It's the High Priestess and Ace of Coins in reverse, that you want this person, but you have decided that it's a bad want, it's a bad attachment, so you don't want to go with that. And I played you. I was scared of hurting you. So I played you and I was scared of hurting you. It's something with, yeah, you did play them, because you said I love you, but then you don't love them for who they really are. And I was scared of hurting you. I don't see really that. I see that you are like, you can't live up to anyone's expectations, so you need to suffer. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm thinking you are more scared of getting hurt yourself, to be honest. I don't think you have much... you don't have much empathy for this person at this point. That's why I'm having empathy for them right now. It's because you have none. So our relationship is also lopsided. Since you have none, I need to have a little. Okay. So I think you are getting scared of getting hurt yourself because of your own attachment to this person that you don't understand. Because as you say, they can't live up to your expectations. So why are you in love with a person, or why do you love a person? Friend, family, that isn't ever giving you what you need or want. Okay, so I will take from Romance Angels to see where this relationship is going and maybe where it might end up. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I love someone else can talk about that as well. And a reconciliation. So I think you have two roads ahead, and that if you decide that this relationship is not what you want to focus on, you will be able to focus on other new relationships, or other relationship that you have chose to not focus as much as on, since you were with this person or putting effort into this person. So, for example, it might be that you're putting more effort into the relationship with your sister instead of your friend, because your friend is constantly making you disappointed and you don't want to be hurt by them. Scared of hurting you. It's something here I'm missing, but I don't know exactly what it is. Probably, hopefully, you know immediately what it is. It might be that you try to lower your standards in the beginning because you didn't want them. You knew instinctively that they wouldn't be able to live up to your expectations, but then they wanted so much to live up to your expectations, so you let them and they made you disappointed. So that's for some of you. But you have a choice now. Detach from this person, focus on other relationship and maybe finding new love. But there's also a chance of reconciliation for those of you that the screaming inside you is for them is so loud. Okay. So this is what they would tell you from the their soul. Freedom, there's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So they are letting you go, because Seven of Wands is not a very welcoming card, so it doesn't seem like they are putting up a fight or trying to fight for your love or anything like that, or try to prove themselves anymore. They are tired, they tried, they're sorry, they don't have more in them to do better or to become the person you would want them to be, so they are basically letting you go. And whoops, this one. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are, like this person. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So that's kind of perfect in this situation. So you know what you need to do, like lower your standards on people that can't live up to them, and maybe make them a little bit less important in your life, but don't break their spirit. Okay, so I'll also take from Power Thought cards to see a little advice for you. Okay, it comes a lot. Life is simple and easy. You don't have to make it so hard, telling these gruesome stories about how this person should have been better. Well, they couldn't be better, so why did you ask it of them? Life is simple and easy if you wanted to. All that I need to know is at any given moment is revealed to me. I trust myself and I trust life. All is well. So beautiful. I would urge you to watch the reading Their True Thoughts and Feelings in their True Thoughts and Feelings playlist from last week. That will probably tell you more about this story. Or you can also check out the reading, What Do They Want to Have Happen Between You Two for Your Sign. That might be more helpful and put more light into this situation.
Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Today, if you can't get enough of my readings on YouTube, you can now become a member to my channel and get access to premium content videos. There are 3 different levels to choose from. You can become a supportive member and get personal and spiritual growth readings for the collective.
Getting high in the sunrise with you.
The second option is to become an extended member, where you get access to the collective readings from the previous level, and you will also be able to see all the channel's astrological tarot readings for all the signs ahead of time and ads free.
Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do. And I wish that I could build a time machine.
The third option is to become a full member, where you get access to all the perks from the previous levels. And on top of that, you will get short personal readings from me every week. It is very similar to super chat readings, but here you subscribe instead of paying for super chats.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you.
There is a lot of other perks that's available for all levels, as membership loyalty badges, custom emojis, and other special features.
I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you. I miss you, I miss you all the time. I wish that.
If you subscribe to my channel, you will be able to see the join button, where you can learn more about the membership. You can also follow the link in the description box to check this out. And if you are still not convinced that this is a good option for you, you can become a member just to support my channel and help me keep on doing readings for all the astrological signs. I hope you will join and we will have so much fun together. Thank you for watching this far. I'm sending you all my love and all my gratitude.